It's the time that was noticed and posted for our special board meeting. It's Friday, October the 21st, 2022. It's 11 o'clock a.m. And so I'm going to call to order the Board of Supervisors meeting. We're in the Board of Supervisors Executive Conference Room, Melody Lane in Bisbee. And any item on this agenda is open for discussion and possible action. We'll begin with the roll call. District 1.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Crosby's here.
District 2, Supervisor English is present. District 3.
Supervisor Judd is here.
So we have a complete board this morning. Members of the public may also attend this meeting by Microsoft Teams computer or mobile app, or by phone by calling 602-609-7513 or 888-680-6714, conference ID 693-615-257#. If you have trouble accessing the meeting remotely, call 520-432-9200 for direction. The board may permit public comment during the discussion of any item on this agenda. To speak on an agenda item, complete and return the speaker request form to the clerk of the board prior to the start of the meeting. Have we had any requests?
Madam Chair, we have not.
Thank you. Okay, the action items, we have only one, and it's from the Board of Supervisors. It's Mr. Karwachka, the county administrator, will explain to us about the resolution 2228. So could I have a motion, please?
I'm afraid I do not have that material in front of me, Madam.
Do you, Ms. Judd?
I'm in the same situation. I'm sorry. It was just a simple little meeting and I didn't bring it. So
Okay, let me
can
explain.
it be on the screen?
It says adopt resolution 2228, consideration of the establishment of the Cochise County Jail District. So I will make the motion if one of you will second it.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Second.
Okay, so Mr. Karwachka.
Okay, so when we were reading the statutes for establishing the jail district, the thing that we needed to get ready for the board to consider is a resolution to consider a jail district. So this is not the final resolution of establishing the jail district. This is a resolution to consider of establishing the jail district. The reason why we have to do this part is so that we can give out public notice for the next 3 weeks. And so when we return on November 15th, on that day, we can have public comment. There could be a public hearing. And then also on that day, we just concluded with our last committee meeting for the public outreach committee from the jail district. And they'll present their recommendations on that day. Also, staff will present. There'll be comments from the sheriff. And on that day, on November 15th, that's when the decision will be made whether or not to establish a jail district. But this is simply a resolution, it's the formality of it, just to consider establishing jail districts so that we can start and go forth and list this out to the world.
Have either of you looked at the resolution? Do you have any questions or comments about it?
I have a comment,
Okay.
but it actually isn't about the resolution. It's just the general matter, so it can wait. So I've always said that I'd let the jail tax issue go to the voters. And in 2016, I estimated the cost of a 20-year, $75 million principal bond was $45 million in interest at 5%. So I think what we need to do is make sure that this is thoroughly and honestly presented and in as many questions as necessary to make sure that it's thoroughly and honestly presented to the voters.
I think that would be each of our desires, to make sure that it's honestly presented and questions are answered as best we know. Ms. Judd?
That was my only concern. I did sit in and listen to the meeting this morning, and it's just brilliant how they've come together. I really appreciated the comments that I heard this morning. I'm not at all against the idea of presenting this to the voters. I think this is the right time, and I would have been okay if we did it 4 years ago. but I'm very happy to be doing this right now. So I don't have any issue with how it's written, and I do want to apologize again for not having that in front of me. I just kind of escaped my mind. So sorry about that.
Well, I think it's always the intent of the board to make sure that, you know, we all understand what we're being asked to act upon. So remember, the point of this resolution is to not move forward with the jail district except to advertise and get public comment. It shows our intent to move forward to get public comment. Is that a correct summation?
That is correct.
Are there any more comments or questions before I call for the vote, since we have a motion and a second on the floor?
No further questions.
Okay, then I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Chair votes aye, and it's unanimous and so ordered. Thank you all for being here. Before we close this meeting, I'll say that the next meeting is on Monday, October the 24th at 2 p.m. It's in the Board of Supervisors hearing room for a special Board of Supervisors meeting regarding a hand count of ballots. So have a safe weekend, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.